Okay, Peseda. So now we actually finish off Hilchos Tefillin after a long journey. This is the last little bit of Hilchos Tefillin. So we're at Siman Mem Hey Halacha Base. So yesterday we were discussing going into a Beis HaKvaros wearing Tefillin. Now we're discussing going into a Beis HaMerchatz, which is a bathhouse. Now in those days they would have a bathhouse. There were 3 sections to the bathhouse. The inner section is where people would be undressed. They're actually bathing. And obviously you can't wear tefillin there. The middle section is you'd sort of dry yourself and you'd put on some clothes, and then you'd go out to the outer section, you'd finish off getting dressed. So the halacha breaks it up into these 3 areas. So says the Mechaber, Siman Mem Hey Halacha Beis. The Beis HaMerchatz, Bais HaChitzoin, in the outer one, Shekala Oimdim Boi Heim Levushim, people are dressed there, then you can wear tefillin there, no problem. It's like the cloakroom outside, no problem. But in the middle section, where some people are dressed and some people are not dressed, you cannot wear tefillin there, but if you happen to be wearing them, you don't have to take them off. But Beis HaPnimi, on the inner section, wherever there is in a state of undress, that's the actual bath. Even if you're just on your head, you're already wearing them, you've got to take them off. Okay, says the Mishnah Berurah. After they sort of get semi-dressed in the inner one, then Leilech, the derech was they would go to the outer one, Ligmar HaLavisha, to finish off getting dressed. There, everyone is dressed, you can wear your tefillin. But in the middle section, where miktsas levushim, miktsas arumim, says the Mishnah Berurah Sif Cotton Hay, yesh omrim dim ata ein sham adam arum. Some say that right now, if there's no one in a state of undress there, you're just in this middle section, and there's no one there who's undressed. Some say mutalon yachbei tefillin levarich. You're allowed to put on tefillin and make the bracha. V'yesh isrin, and there are those who asa kiven dahamokum yuchad azeh, because the mokum itself is muyuchad to get undressed. Din merchatz olav b'miksasa, it's got a din of a merchatz in part, and therefore one shouldn't put on. So it's machlekes. Ubeis hatfila mashma betas siman pei daled the din beis emtzoy yeshel lechol davar. The beis hatfila has got a din of the middle section where there's a machlekes. V'rak birchas hatfila mutar levarich ba, and therefore just the bracha on the tefila you can make. When do you make a bracha on the tefila? So that's for a woman. Right, a woman can make the bracha on tefillah, and also a ger. A ger makes the bracha on the tefillah, of course, after he's been tevel. Before he's been tevel, he's not Jewish yet, but after he's been tevel. Ein shom taimei. Magen Avram, siman zeh mashma de be'ein ba adam aram mutal niach ba tefillin levarich. The Magen Avram suggests, it seems to say that if there is no person in a state of undress there, then it's mutter to wear tefillin and to make the bracha. The dafka b'merchatz hichmir af al pi she'ein sham adam. The dafka in a Beis HaMerchatz they were machmir. Mishum shezu hamasu rabba, because in a Beis HaMerchatz it's different to a Beis Tefillah. A Beis HaMerchatz it's there's a lot of sweat and steam and zuama, and therefore may hevel hachamim, because of the heat of the hot water shemishtamshin ba. Mashen kein b'mikva. And if there is hot water there in the mikvah, then perhaps it could be different. But if there is a person who is undressed there, then then a person cannot walk in with tefillin and with kisvei hakodesh. To also lamed lifnei Hashem arum. V'ayin lekama b'siman pei daled the Mishnah Berurah the inyan zeh, and take a look there. Okay, b'halacha vav b'bais hapnimi, the inner one, the inner room. If there's no one in the state of undress, then even if there's no one there undressed, you can't wear tefillin there. There's the steam of the hot water, etc., and it's like a beis hakis, and you can't wear tefillin there. Just interesting, in footnote number 6, you have these halachas of saying brachas in the state of undress. So take a look at number 6, some very interesting halachas. To undress a child, a young child, lifnei sfarim, in a room where there are sfarim, to get him ready to go on the potty, to go on, to go to the bathroom. That one shouldn't undress a child in a room where there are sfarim. If it's a very young child who's under 3 years old, then he can be mekel. And then also very interesting halacha. What about Neres Shabbos? Do they have the same status as Sfarim? So he says here, V'chein legabe Neres Shabbos kosev haramol lekamon. This is in Ayin Reish in later on Hilchos Shabbos. Shenagu lechases ha'ilodim lektanim b'fneihem, that one should make sure the children are clothed. Shelo yamdu kenegdom arumim mishum bizui mitzvah. It's a bizoyin for the mitzvah for the kids to be undressed in front of the Neres Shabbos. And then one interesting thing: what about lilvesh tefillin b'she liboy megula? What about wearing tefillin? We talk about we're in a state of undress. So what about a person, the marshal? Imagine a group of boys go on holiday. The minhag ha'olam nowadays is they go off to these villas, in Portugal and Spain, and imagine he goes in for a quick dip in the swimming pool, and he's wearing just his swimming trunks, and then he realizes he wants to put on tefillin. Are you allowed to wear tefillin just wearing the swimming trunks, where your top is not clothed, but the rest of you is? So it says there, the last paragraph in paragraph 6, so you're wearing trunks, but you're not wearing it on top. There's no issa of saying a bracha when you're just wearing, you want to drink a cold drink and you just got swimming trunks, you're allowed to make a bracha, that's okay. So long as the erva is mechusa, it's okay. It's not appropriate to wear tefillin if they put a shirt on, a t-shirt, but it's ein nochen on yacht tefillin. Okay, so that is the end of Hilchos Tefillin. That's been quite a journey. Now let's just do the first halach of Hilchos Birchas Hashacha. This is